What's going on, everybody? Chilling at home, relaxing my PJs. Got some more painting done. About all I can do nowadays. Everything closing down, locking up here in Ontario. So there was something I wanted to bring up because America just announced its stimulus bill. And holy shit, all you leftists, aren't you embarrassed that you fucking voted for that shit? $600! That's all you're gonna fucking get. Oh my fucking god, and you voted for this. At least Trump was willing to give you guys $2,000. $4,000 if you were a couple. No questions asked. You were gonna get it. Didn't matter your class, didn't matter your situation, you're gonna get that $2,000. That was your fucking money because you're the American fucking people. And you voted for the other guy who fucking takes that money and gives it to all these other countries, and you get $600. Good luck on surviving on that, lefties. Good luck. Oh my fuck. You guys gotta be like in that, you know, that you got with those moments where it's like fucking, you just come to a realization in your life where you fucked up big. Well, I guess you fucked up big, huh? $2 trillion being spent in total, and you're only going to get $600 of that $2 trillion. Oh my fucking god! But thank you for bringing this to our attention, because, and especially my attention, because I decided to look up Canada's spending. And fuck am I ever glad I did. Holy shit, we got some stuff to talk about, my brothers and sisters here in Canada. We got some serious fucking issues we need to talk about. Number one, the ACT is what it's called. It's like an accelerator. It's for getting the vaccine out. It's basically our COVID team and our relief funds and all that. Turns out Bill and Melania, or Melinda, or whatever their fucking name is, him and his wife are running the whole thing. That's right. The Gates Foundation is what's running our shit here in Canada. Just so you know. So anyways, you guys gonna wait till you hear all this. Where should I start? So right now, Canada has secured 5 times what's needed for Canada. So in other words, you can get the shot 5 times, I can get the shot 5 times, your mother can get the shot 5 times, your brother can get the shot 5 times, your sister can get the shot 5 times. Everybody gets the shot 5 times over. That's how much they've secured right out the gate. Now I know a lot of you are like, oh, that's good. No, it's not, because then all you're doing is soaking up like as fast, because there's only one right now. There's only one vaccine that's been approved. So there's only one company making the vaccine. So that means every time they make a vaccine, Canada's soaking them up. Which means there's none for America, there's none for Europe, there's none for Africa, there's none for China, there's none for Japan, Russia, because we're soaking it up. We're fucking just fucking, as soon as they're making them, we're fucking taking them. That's not good in my eyes. Other countries need those vaccines, and they need the doses and stuff, and if they're making them, and as quick as they're making them, we're buying them. How are we fucking helping anyone? But anyways, we'll get to that in a moment, because you see, they're saying that this is for the poorer countries. That's their excuse. That this is for the poorer countries, that we have to do this for the poorer countries, you know? And the problem I have with that is that for every dollar that we've spent in our tax dollars on these vaccines, on this whole fucking relief fund and all this for the global world efforts for poor countries and stuff like that, we're going to see a $5 return. That means the $6 is going to come back to us every time. It's actually $5.19 or something like that. But it's still, it's like, it's a $6 return. Because we get our dollar back. So, how are we helping these poorer countries if we're fucking charging them $5 more than what it's costing us? How does that make sense? That's not helping them. That's going to hurt them. You're soaking up every last little fucking dime they have for a fucking vaccine. These are the people running our country. But don't vote for the normal guy. What do we know? So right now we have, remember, we have businesses and business owners, and we have farmers and the farmers themselves. They're committing suicide. Their drug overdoses are going through the roof. Drug addiction, alcoholism, all this going through the roof because we have barely any funding for these people, for these businesses, for these farmers to stay open, to stay running, to have their life. Because you got to remember, these people, they built their life, right? So they're financing homes, they're financing vehicles, they got money on the line. And if you take away that source of income that pays for all that financing, you're not stopping, and the government hasn't since the beginning of all this stopped financing from taking fucking money from people. So how are they going to pay for all their financing? That means they're losing their home, they're losing their car, they're losing their boat, they're losing the motorcycle, they're losing whatever they fucking got that they were doing so good and well for themselves. They're now going to lose it because they have no source of income, and the government won't tell the finance companies and the banks, stop taking money from the people. It's a fucking pandemic. But we have $485 million leaving our country, going to these poorer countries. These poorer countries who can give us $5 our return. $485 million that could have went to small local business owners who, by the way, I don't even know why they're closed considering they're local. If this virus came from overseas, that means our fucking local stores are clean as fucking, are the cleanest stores that we have. Why shut them down and keep the fucking infested stores open? Makes no sense, but they don't really give a fuck about us, okay? You guys gotta go learn this. You gotta wake up to this. So $485 million is now leaving our country. But that's not the total that's left our country. That's just what's leaving on that one plant. Karina Gold, she's someone who handles our foreign affairs and shit. She stated, and I quote, "We are part of a global community, and our health at home depends on the health of everyone everywhere." That's what she said. This is a person who's running our foreign affairs. This is a person who's supposed to be looking out for your interests when dealing with other countries. She said that, let me say this again, we are part of a global community. Well, I'm not denying that part. Everybody knows that. We have one planet. Unless you got another fucking planet you're visiting, you're stuck here. We're all together. No one's denying that. It's this next part that gets me. And our health at home. So my health right now here in Cornwall, Ontario, right here in my home, that my health is at risk because someone in Russia got sick, because someone in Japan got sick, because someone in Africa got sick. My health all the way across the ocean, all the way inland to Ontario is at risk because someone across the land, across the massive ocean, all the way across that land to wherever fucking village or town or city they're from, Russia, China, Japan on an island, Moscow on an island, Europe, UK on an island, Iceland on an island. If anyone gets sick there, my life here is at risk. Do you understand what she's saying? The stupidity and the illogical fucking sense, that makes no sense. But these are the people running our country. Don't vote for the normal guy. Vote for them. Oh my God, this is going to get funnier and funnier as we go because you haven't even heard the best part yet. Oxfam Canada said to Canada, be more compassionate when it comes to vaccines and stuff like that. I don't know who they are, but obviously if the media is picking up on them, there must be someone. I'll have to look into them a little bit better later on. Michael Messenger. Don't know who he is. Someone in the government. I really try not to pay attention to names and who they are because to me, I see, it doesn't matter which one I look at today. I could walk into Parliament right now, have the whole place full of all these politicians that apparently fucking are for us. And I just see the same fucking thing. Scam, 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 monopoly, 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 money, 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 power, 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 control, control, control. That's all I see. There is no fucking politician anymore. There is no fucking government anymore. It's all a fucking scam. It's a big monopoly. They stole the government we did envision, the people that when we actually created Canada and Turtle Island, when we first joined and we envisioned this beautiful country together and how we were going to operate and how we we're going to... These assholes who came over on the boats that were part of the government in the, or parliament or whatever in fucking Europe and all these other, like the French countries and stuff, they came over here, all these politicians, and they fucked our whole plan over and turned it into one big monopoly. Okay? That's my belief. Since then, it hasn't been a government, period. It's been nothing but one big fucking monopoly. It's a scam. That's what a government is today. It's a big fucking scam. It's like America. You know how I talk about Trump and how like the politicians are only pissed off because they're Americans cut out the middleman. That's all it is. That's why they're doing it. You know the big stimulus bill, that $600 you guys are going to get in America? That's a punishment. That was for voting in Trump in 2016. And you're going to get punished for it. That's why they're going to fucking take care of everyone else in the world and fuck you. That's why illegal immigrants are going to get $1,800, but yet the actual legal citizen is only going to get $600. It's a fucking punishment from the left. Have fun. So anyways. So this is what Michael Messenger says. Doesn't matter where you're born. And I think this is very important. So I'm not dogging this guy. Okay? I'm bringing this up because, and I think it's very important. I'm glad he actually said this. And that it doesn't matter where you're born. Vaccines are a human right. Are a human right. But remember, we're going to see a $5 return on a human right? Figure that one out. And praises Canada for standing up for its spending on helping with this whole project. Remember, $485 million of those global effects. So efforts, you see what that is basically, let me break that down so you understand a little better. Basically what that is facilities. Electricity for those facilities. Hiring a team to store the vaccinations in those facilities. Hiring teams to go in and grab the facilities and transport it. Hiring teams to fucking go out to the different communities and inject these people with the vaccine. That's what that's for. It's not for them to buy vaccines. It's for them to set up all these different, whole line of chain, basically. It's all one big chain to set it up. So that way they can start shipping the vaccine to these countries. And then they're going to turn around and take these vaccines and start fucking giving it to their people. So I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to see a $5 return. Does that mean that these poor countries are going to be charging for the vaccine? But how are you going to charge people who are poor? I thought you cared about I thought it was a human right. Now, if this was a human right, why are taxpayers in Canada paying for these vaccines? And why are we paying for them to ship them out to other countries to give them to poor countries? If it's a human right, then these companies, these pharmaceutical companies, have an obligation to give, like penicillin, to give to the people. It's supposed to be given, right? It's a human right to have that vaccine. So these pharmaceutical companies can't charge you for them. They're not supposed to. But again, it's a monopoly. So I thought that was pretty cool. He actually pointed that out. And for the spending of Canada, you're welcome, but at the same time, I'm a little pissed off because at the same time, in the same sentence, you're saying it's a human right. I shouldn't have had to pay for it then. Not for myself, for my children, or even people across the ocean. We shouldn't have to pay for it. It's a human fucking right. That means they create it, you give it. That's it. I'm entitled to it. It's a human right. But they want you to spend. That's where he leaves off. He wants you, monopoly. So far right now to the Gates Foundation is what I'm just going to call it. They call it the ACT, okay? But I'm going to call it for what it is, the Gates Foundation. They've handed them 800. Remember, we have farmers, business owners, we have suicide rates going through the roof, overdoses going through the roof. We have people dropping like flies worse than COVID because of COVID. And we already handed a total of $865 million to the ACT or the Gates Foundation. Okay? $865 million fucking dollars that could have went to the small business owners, could have went to the farmers, could have went to the yous and me's, could have went to the poorer of our classes, could have went to the families who are now stuck at home from work because they have to take care of their children and they have no way of income. This could have went towards them. This would have kept the fucking suicide rates and everything right down. It probably would have made it better. But instead, we handed it away. And here's the kicker. Canada already pledged, which means it's done. It's already been. Give me the paper. We're signing. Okay, that's what that means. We've pledged another $220 million. $220 million. That brings the total to $1,085 million to another partner, a partner to the ACT and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, COVAX. We've already pledged to give them $220 million. Are you fucking telling me that of all the countries in the world, that of all the fucking everyone pouring money into this, that they need that much from each individual country? It's all about this, folks. So far, 5.9 billion left Canada. 5.9 billion left our country that could have saved our local business owners, the people that are now in deathbeds, the people who are now never going to see their families again. Their families are never going to experience their love again, their joy, their happiness, because we couldn't give them the money required to stay open, to stay running, to keep their finances in check, to keep their bills in check, to keep their rent in check, keep their hydro and everything in check. So the stress and the depression and the anxiety fucking conquered their minds and they fucking took their lives, and their families will never get to see them again. Because we didn't give them the money required. We couldn't help them when the time came, when they needed it. But we have 5.9 billion that just fucking vanished out of our country. This is what we're fucking mad about. So for every dollar, we're going to get a $5 return. This really baffles me, their fucking math. I swear they went to some fucking elementary school, to preschool or something, and had the little 5-year-old Timmy fucking write down a math equation. I swear to fucking God. So for every dollar, we're going to see a $5 return as Canadians. Okay. Now these vaccines, everything that all this effort apparently is going to poorer countries. That's what they're telling us. That's their excuse of why it's okay for Canadians to fucking drop like flies. Not because of COVID, but because of the cause of COVID. You're telling me that these now poorer countries are going to pay us Canadians $29.5 billion fucking dollars? 29.5, not million, not 100 million, billion dollars. These poor people, these people who couldn't even afford a vaccine, that's why we're fucking buying it. And you're telling me they're now going to give us 29.5 billion fucking dollars. So basically, like I said at the beginning of my video, you're fucking soaking them for every last cent they have that they've ever been able to save up for their country. You're going to soak that now out of their fucking bank accounts because you've already taken enough from ours. Can't take from us no more. Time to start taking from them? For a fucking vaccine? A vaccine, by the way, that had trouble even getting fucking passed. And I'm surprised it even got passed considering it came from Pfizer, who was already under fucking so many investigations and lawsuits. And now you're going to go to a sister fucking COVAX and you're going to give them 200. Man, My Canadian brothers and sisters, I know what you're thinking. We can't elect you, Colville. You're a native and you don't stand for what we stand for. You don't believe in taxes. You don't believe in all this other stuff that we believe in. Fuck you, man. I'm living not on a reserve. I'm living in Canada because I actually believe in taxes. I believe that we should have taxes for infrastructure so that way our children can have free healthcare and free education and our elders free healthcare. Matter of fact, I think we should take it a step further since we have all this fucking money that we can just spend around. Why not make prescriptions a little bit more cheaper or at least free for our elders? I mean, we got the fucking money. Point proven right here. We can hand it to other countries. Why can't we take care of our own with that money first? So don't think because I'm a Cree man that for some reason I don't believe in development of our energy sector. Of course I believe in our development. That's millions of fucking jobs. That's people. That's even helpful to our people. Think about it. That's jobs for us. That's income for us. That's fixing our homes. We're not living like we're in a dump, you know. We can build up our homes, make it look like a nice community now. Don't think because I'm Cree that I don't believe in Canadian values. Because I'm also Canadian. I'm a half-blood. The only reason why I exist today or any other fucking half-blood is because that treaty was signed. Because we collectively came together. Because two countries came together. I now exist. It's the only reason. So how can anyone say that because I'm a Cree that I don't believe in Canadian values? Kiss my ass. Because I'm Cree and Canadian. And like I said earlier, do you have a fucking planet you're visiting? No? You have no planet you can just fuck off and say goodbye Earth to? No? So guess what? It doesn't matter if you're French, you're Spanish, you're fucking Japanese or Chinese or Russian. Doesn't matter if you're English or doesn't matter if you're blue, black, green, if you're on this fucking planet, guess what, motherfuckers? We're all brothers and sisters. We're all cousins. We're all related. We came from one grandmother. We have one grandfather, the first grandfather, and the first grandmother. That's where it all comes from. We're all relatives. Even our canine friends and our feline friends and our rodent friends and our insect friends and we're all fucking related, guys. So we need to start thinking like that, and we need to start putting our money in the projects like that. We need to start giving our budget system to somebody who actually thinks like that. You think because what? Because I'm Cree? I don't want to go and spend all our oil and all our gas reserves on ourselves, and then whatever we have left over, I want to sell to other countries? Wouldn't that be fucking better than what they're doing now, which is selling it to other countries and buying it back at double the fucking stock price? And then charging us Canadians for our exact oil, which, by the way, never leaves our country. They just do it over the phone. Yeah, okay, you're taking this much oil. Okay, well, we want to buy this much oil back. And then whatever they fucking stock up, they send. And then whatever is left that we bought back, that was never left, is now being distributed amongst Canadians and charging at fucking top dollar rate. When we should really, in actuality, should be only paying anywhere between 75 to 85 cents per gallon. That's the reality of it. If we were to start keeping our reserves for ourselves, feeding our citizens first ourselves, we could charge at that dollar and at that price and charge them that fucking dollar that we're paying now. Guys, I can't make this shit up. Go online, look it up, do your research. We need to stop this. We need to stop the stupid spending, and we need to start saving Canadian lives. And not just from COVID. It's time that we start opening back up the hospitals and letting surgeries and heart surgeries and cancer patients get the treatments they need. It's time that we start opening up our local businesses. You want to shut down anything? We shut down the international businesses. Only makes sense. Logical thinking. As far as the fucking handing 220 million to COVAX, they should stop that immediately. That should be canceled out completely. We already handed away 865 million here, and we're already handing away 485 additional million to the global efforts somewhere else. So they can get set up, so they can start saving their people. Rather than them putting their own money and efforts into the project, they want us to do it. That money should be halted, and it should, especially the 485 to the global efforts for the poorer countries that we're already going to charge 29.5 billion for. Okay? This is a fucking monopoly scam, is all this is. And they're using cute words to manipulate us. Like, oh, it's for poorer countries. Well, if they're so fucking poor, how can they afford $29.5 billion? That's their numbers. It's not my numbers. That's their numbers. That's their statistics. We're going to get, for every dollar, $5, and I think it's like 19 cents in return. From these poor countries, who are now going to return us $29.5 billion. So out of the 485 million we're spending, right? Do the math. It's more than 29.5. That's just the one out of the 5. Do the math. That's the 5.9 billion. Right? So do the math. It's simple fucking math. Yet they think, because they use cute words, it's called keywording psychology. I've studied psychology. I know exactly what they're doing. By adding poor countries, well, that touches the heart, especially of our elders and our middle class citizens. You know, that touches the home, and then people are going to feel, oh, well, we do have to, you know, that poor little African child. They're going to show you on TV. You wait and see if you haven't seen it already. It's a fucking monopoly scam, is all it is, and they're fucking taking us to the bank. We as Canadians need to step up. We need to stop this. Come next election, guys, we have to get this in order. Their pandemic plan put us in the mess we're in today. That's as simple as it gets. There's no getting around it. There's no denying it. Our top general said, don't bring it here. Don't release it to communities. What did Trudeau do? He did exactly that. The opposite of what our top fucking general told him to do. Look at what's happening recently here in Ontario. Ford, his top team is telling him, close down now. Don't wait till Boxing Day. Close down now. Save thousands and thousands of lives. Nope. He's doing the opposite. He's saving for Boxing Day. Why? Because everybody knows Boxing Day, they make their big bucks. Can't close down then. Because materialistic things are more important than a human life. My plan would have kept us safe. My plan would have kept small businesses, even international businesses, wide open. Well, sorry, not international, farmers. Would have kept our local and even our farmers wide open, man. They would have been making more money than they've ever made before, because we're going to close down the international businesses and we're going to fucking send everyone to the local businesses, to the local farmers. And guess what? Because we're putting you through this hell, through this lockdown, through all of this, we're going to make it tax-free. Any purchase you make, tax-free. And any produce bought by a customer, farmers and local business owners, guess what? Tax-free for you as well. Well, and just until we get this COVID thing under wraps. Hey, I know it sucks. We're not going to be able to buy our $1 million mansions. We're not going to buy our $30,000 fucking fridges and our $120,000 car for 4 years. I know, it sucks. We're not going to be able to travel to Disneyland 10 times in a year, go over to fucking Rome, Italy, this, that, all fucking year long. I know. Sucks. But as politicians, that's our fucking job. We sacrifice. That's a leader's fucking job. Any real, true leader will sacrifice for his people. Will put his people first. Or hers. I don't care who it is. It could be a fucking alien for all I care. If you're here, you're Canadian, that's it, it's all. And you should be putting your fucking people first. So come next election, let's go with normal. Let's take normal, guys. You've heard my plans. You've seen what I can do. You've seen the research. I'm not fucking just blowing out smoke. I'm doing real fucking shit here. Let me go into the office. Let me do the real shit that I've been saying I was going to do all this time. Let me get there and do it. Because I'm telling you, once I set this money straight, we start putting back into the system, we've set this fucking I got a plan already worked out on how to handle it from this point on. All I need is for you to put me into power so I can get that plan into motion and we can get businesses back open. We can get fucking everything back open. Because I, unlike these fools who are just monopolizing the scam of COVID, I have an actual plan based off the statistics from the scientists, from the doctors, from the experts, their research. I have an actual plan, and I'll make a video on that plan. That's going to be the next video I do, is giving you guys the step-by-step plan of my new plan of moving forward from where we are at now with this COVID. So next election, write my name down, because those idiots aren't going to put it even if I register and all this and that. Write my name down, make the box, and check it. I go by the Canadian Constitution, Canadian Bill of Rights, not the Charter of Freedom and Rights. That's the government's rules. That's their fucking obligations and policies and laws. Has nothing to do with the Canadian citizen. Canadian Bill of Rights, Canadian Constitution does. And all I need is the votes, folks. Doesn't matter if they accept it or not. It goes through 100%. All I need is the votes. Give me the votes. Put me in power. And let's get ourselves out of this fucking mess. Have a great day. And have a beautiful week.